What's going on, everybody? Welcome into TTP Sports. It is late at night. It is past midnight, and the Phillies, they survive. They don't get eliminated. They don't get swept. They force a game 4. The offense shows up. The starting pitching was good once again, and Rob Thompson definitely had a better managed game than the previous two. I don't think he could have got any worse, but it felt like, honestly, it was going to be worse because just the really bad vibes going into today's game. And, not a lot of people were confident in Nola to begin with, starting in this game. And his defense definitely didn't help him out there in the bottom of the first inning. But good on Knowles. Good on Knowles for 2 scoreless innings. But then everybody was questioned. But then Rob Thompson decided to go to Ranger Suarez in the third. And we're like to ourselves, you're not going to leave Nola in. You're not going to give him another go around. I guess that was the plan. Nola was only going to go through the lineup once, and then you would have used Ranger Suarez for the rest, I would assume. I guess that was the plan. And, of course, when Ranger Suarez throws his first pitch, it's sent into the seats by Tommy Edman. But then basically after that, Ranger Suarez dominated. He was very, very good. And the offense finally woke up. Granted, they'd still left a lot of meat on the bones in certain innings. They put 3 runs up on the board. Kyle Schwarber finally got a hit. He had 2 hits today. 2 of those were homers. One was an absolute fucking nuke that almost cleared the entire stadium. And then one was barely a wall scraper. Your top guys actually showed up in today's game. Your top guys showed up in tonight's game. Go figure. When your top guys show up, you win the game. When your top guys show up, you're going to have success. All of Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, and Bryce Harper had multi-hit games. Those guys were a major factor into the offense in today's game. Also, even JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto also having 2 extra base hits, including a solo shot. Good on him. Now, granted, could we also classify the Phillies scoring a lot of runs because the Dodgers decided to leave and Dave Roberts decided to leave Clayton Kershaw in for too long? Probably. Playoff Kershaw was left in there to die. I don't think he should have been used for another inning if I do say so myself. But then, that goes back to Dave Roberts also makes dumb decisions when it comes to his pitching in the postseason. And you finally... Man. It's crazy what happens when your top guys actually show up. It's really crazy. It's really crazy in that fact. And there were a lot of moments even before they exploded off of Kershaw where it was like, okay, you're leaving a lot of meat off the bones. Brandon Marsh has a couple of situations with runners on where he can't get the hit. He's getting a freaking pitch clock violation before he even steps into the batter's box, so you're already down 1-2 in the count. Then he ends up striking out in that at bat. You're getting dumb base running once again by this team where Kyle Schwarber's getting thrown out at first base because, Will Smith, I guess the ball bounced out of the batter's box, and then both Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber hesitated, or it was Trey Turner that hesitated at first, which made Kyle Schwarber hesitate. Trey Turner then took off for third, and then it caught Kyle Schwarber in between the base paths where he got thrown out, but that still goes to the fact where it is dumb base running. Even Bryce Harper, when the Phillies scored the 3 runs against Yamamoto in that third inning, it was very dumb base running by the fact it was just, thank God, the third base was just even worse, and it ended up going into the Dodgers dugout. Because Harper was out. Harper was out if that throw was better. Because Harper would have been out. So that's dumb base running in there by Bryce. There was dumb base running basically the entire game. Once again, by this Phillies team. That comes where the nitpicks come from, and that comes from the frustrations we have with this team. The inability to get that big hit when they needed to or in the early stages. Granted, they did get those big hits later on because your pitching was very good in today's game. We can't also underestimate that. The starting pitching has been very good in every game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The starting pitching has been very good in any game. Every game. The starting pitching has been very good. Christopher Sanchez in Game 1. Jesus Luzardo in Game 2. Aaron Nola for 2 innings in tonight's game, and then Ranger Suarez for the rest of that, where he pitches 5 innings of 1 earned run baseball. Good for those two guys. Good for those two guys. And it still comes to the question why Ranger Suarez didn't pitch in either of Game 1 and Game 2. Still don't understand that, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm not going to do that tonight. They won. They forced a Game 4 tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Oh my God, I just even think about this. Tomorrow's going to be a big old pain in the ass. Even though we should be very excited about having 3 of our teams playing all at once on the same day, where you got Phillies Game 4 at 6 o'clock, then followed at 7 o'clock by Flyers opening night against the Florida Panthers. Then you got at 8 o'clock Thursday Night Football, Eagles, Giants, divisional matchup in MetLife. Should be very excited. Tomorrow is going to be a pain in the ass. I have to figure out how the fuck to even focus on the recaps. Obviously, the Phillies are going to take the priority just because it's playoff baseball. Playoff takes the priority before anything else regular season. So we're definitely going to have to figure out how to work the rest of that. Whether we, Phillies, they'll be over way before the Eagles are over. So maybe you can, count in Phillies and then do Eagles when they're done. And then maybe you do something for the Flyers on Friday afternoon or something like that, or like a quick recap in the morning or something like that. So we'll figure out where that goes. But, yeah, tomorrow's definitely going to be interesting. But good on them. They didn't die today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Just got to focus on a game at a time at this point. One day at a time. You win tomorrow. You force a winner-take-all Game 5 back at Citizens Bank Park on Saturday night. You got to win tomorrow. You have Christopher Sanchez on the mound again tomorrow. He pitched very good in Game 1. We'll see where he's like in Dodger Stadium. And then I believe the Dodgers are throwing Tyler Glasnow out there on the mound. So you saw him in Game 1 out of the bullpen. We'll see what the bats are like after this very hot day. And it's also a very quick turnaround tomorrow, too, because for the Dodgers, it's an afternoon game. Well, for the Dodgers and the Phillies, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Los Angeles, even though it's also 6 o'clock here. So it's a quicker turnaround, basically, in general. So not playing a night game, you're playing an afternoon game, technically, in Los Angeles. So going to have to see how they carry this over. Got to see how they carry this over. That's the really important thing as well. So if we just look everywhere, like I said, offense, they exploded in the late stage of the game. Granted, they still had a lot of chances with runners in scoring position. They went 2 for 9 in that perspective. Trey Turner, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Kyle Schwarber, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs on the night for him. Bryce Harper, 2 for 4 with a walk. Alec Boehm, 2 for 3 with 2 walks in this game. That's shocking. Brandon Marsh, he went 0 for 4 with a sacrifice fly. JT Realmuto went 2 for 5 with 2 extra base hits, including a solo shot. Max Kepler, he went 0 for 3 with 2 walks. Nick Castellanos, a good old 0 for 5. And then Bryson Stott went 1 for 3 with also a sacrifice bunt in tonight's game. Looking at the pitching side, Aaron Nola pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts on 31 pitches through 21 strikes. Good on Nola. Ranger Suarez, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and the home run allowed to Tommy Edman on the first pitch that he threw out of the bullpen. 72 pitches for him. Kerkering, he pitched in the 8th inning. Then Taijuan Walker was brought in for the 9th when the Phillies blew it open. He only got 2 outs because he allowed some base runners. There was also a defensive miscue between Alec Bowman, Bryce, and Trey Turner, of course. Then Tanner Banks had to come in to face Shohei Ohtani with 2 runners on, and he threw 1 pitch to get him out. Threw 1 pitch. So Tanner Banks will be good to go for tomorrow. Tanner Banks will be good. Man, crazy times. Crazy times. So let's look over the entire ball game just to see where things went on there. So in the top of the first, Bryce Harper with a 2-out walk. Nothing happened there. Trey Turner also bunted, but did not beat the throw out. So fun. Bottom of the first inning after the Mookie Betts triple off of a failed diving attempt by Brandon Marsh out there in center field. It's a clear difference between Harrison Bader and Brandon Marsh out there in center field. My God, the dude cannot track balls. He cannot make diving catches out there in center field. He is a completely different fielder when he is out there in center, and it is not fun to watch. Then you got Teoscar Hernandez to strike out. Nola hit Freddie Freeman with a pitch, but then he got Will Smith to strike out on a curveball that just completely throws him in the strike zone. So good on Nola right there, because that could have got really ugly. He bared down. Top second, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Nola gets a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second inning. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Bottom of the third is when Ranger Suarez comes in, allows that home run to Tommy Edman on the first pitch that he throws, and we're all questioning, why did you not leave in Nola for a little bit longer? But Ranger then settled down, got the next three guys out. Then you go to that top of the fourth inning. Schwarber with the absolute fucking nuke. My God, he crushed this ball. My God, the ball was almost out of the ballpark at this point. It was at the top of the fucking bleachers. That's how hard he crushed it. Ties the game up at 1. Bryce Harper with a single. Alec Bohm with a little bit of a cue shot up the middle, which took its time getting to center field. Bryce Harper decided to run to third base, and thank God the throw by Pages was terrible, because Bryce would have been thrown out if the throw was better. The throw bounces into the Dodgers dugout, and Bryce scores because of it, which also moves Bohm over to third base. Brandon Marsh then gets a sacrifice fly to give the Phillies a 3-1 lead. JT Realmuto then hit a ground rule double, but was not able to be brought home after that. Phillies up 3-1. Then you get Ranger Suarez in the bottom of the fourth inning, strikes the first two guys out with Freeman and Will Smith. Then Kike Hernandez walks, Max Muncy singles, but then he gets Pages to pop up with 2 outs to escape that jam. Top of the fifth, Bryson Stott, Trey Turner with leadoff singles. They both steal second and third base. Dodgers go to the bullpen. They bring in Bandit, a lefty, to face Schwarber and Harper. Schwarber strikes out in a long at bat, and then Bryce Harper flies out on the first pitch, which was a fucking hanger in the middle of the plate. Completely missed one there. Then Bohm got it intentionally walked, because lefty-righty matchup, wanted to face Brandon Marsh, and this was the at-bat where Brandon Marsh got the automatic strike for the pitch clock violation, because he wasn't in the batter's box in enough time, even though he was complaining that the bat boy was still in the batter's box, so it threw him off, blah, 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 blah. It was stupid. Then Marsh struck out on the next 2 pitches. So the pitcher throws 2 strikes to get a strikeout. What a world we live in. Bottom of the fifth for Ranger Suarez. Gets the first 2 guys out. Betts with a 2-out single, but then Teoscar Hernandez grounds it to a fielder's choice. Top of the sixth, Dreyer out there for the Dodgers. Kepler with a 1-out walk. Nothing happens after that. Bottom sixth, Ranger gets to Freddie Freeman the strikeout, then allows a single to Will Smith, allows a single to Kike Hernandez, but then gets Max Muncy to ground into an inning-ending double play, and that would be the game for, well, actually, no, that wouldn't be the game for Ranger Suarez. He still comes out in the 7th. Top of the 7th for the Phillies, Trey Turner with a leadoff single, Kyle Schwarber with a walk against Clayton Kershaw, and this is where you get the stupidity with both Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber on the base paths, where Kyle gets thrown out at first base. Bohm then gets intentionally walked again. Face Brandon Marsh. Nothing happens there. No runs score because of your dumbness on the base paths. Bottom of the 7th for Ranger Suarez. Gets a nice little 1-2-3. Got a break. Got a huge break because Ohtani hit one to left field, deep left field. It died right at the fucking warning track. I was like, oh my God, the baseball gods have a heart. They have a heart. I thought that ball was gone. I thought that ball was just going to scrape over the wall. Like, holy fucking shit. I thought that ball was gone. I thought it was gone. Thankfully, it wasn't. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ranger Suarez, and that would be his night. Good on Ranger. Then you go to that top of the 8th inning. JT Realmuto leads off with a solo shot, puts the Phillies up 4-1. Max Kepler then works a walk. Nick Castellanos reaches in on a fielding error by Max Muncy, so you have first and second for Bryson Stott. Gets a bunt down this. Well, they do a bunt again, and this time it works, which moves the runners over to second and third base. Then Trey Turner, with his biggest hit of the series, drives home 2 runs, gives the Phillies a 6-1 lead on the single. Then Kyle Schwarber, I have no fucking clue how this ball carried out. Dude one-handed it, looked like he got fucking jammed. Still fucking hit it out of the ballpark. How did that go out, not Shohei's? That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. But Phillies are up 8-1. Bryce Harper then follows that up with a double. Bohm then singles, but then Bryce Harper, being Bryce Harper, gets thrown out at home plate. Where I'm like, Bryce, that is obviously you're going to get thrown out there, man. Come on, the ball was hit too hard. Nope, he went and got thrown out. Bryce Harper, classic. 8-1 Phillies. Marsh flies out the deep center field, and that would be the inning. So they left Kershaw in the dive there. if you guys couldn't see that. Dave Roberts left Kershaw in the die there. Crazy. Kerkering gets a 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies go down to 1-2-3 in the 9th. Then Taijuan Walker comes out for the 9th. Gets Will Smith to fly out. Walks Kike Hernandez. Allows a single to Max Muncy. Strikes out rushing. And then you get the weird communication between Bohm and Turner on a cue shot by Tommy Edman. Scores a run. Becomes 8-2. Tanner Banks comes in to face Ohtani. Gets the fly out on one pitch to end the ball game. Phillies force a game 4. Phillies force a game 4. What do you know? They didn't die today. They didn't get swept. Good on them. Good on them. Maybe it's the powdered blues. They brought the powdered blues over to the road. And they did say they made a request before the playoffs start to wear the powdered blues on the road to MLB. So it wasn't like a spur of the moment type of thing to try to get fans back or anything like that. No, it was something they requested a while ago. So, hey, I was like before this, hey, if you're going to lose in style with the powdered blues. But hey, they usually play better in the powdered blues. They got some power tonight. They got some magic from that tonight, maybe. Still, who knows? Who would have thought if if your top guys actually fucking produce, you win the ball game. It's as simple as that. Your top guys produce, you win. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, they combined for 7 hits and 5 RBIs in today's game. That's what you need. If you want to include JT Realmuto, you got 9 hits there. And then the same thing with Alec Bohm, your top 4 hitters. Your top 4 hitters, they had 9 hits. They had 9 hits. So, good on them. Good on them for today. But you need them tomorrow. You need them tomorrow. Can't just be one game. Can't just be one game, then you go quiet tomorrow and die. Try to force this thing back to Philadelphia. Try to get the Dodgers on their heels. Get them thinking about themselves a little bit. Force them back to Philadelphia. Playing with house money. Maybe. Maybe you just play with the underdog mentality now that the Dodgers are more favored with the rest of the series than anything. They technically play better when the expectations are completely shot because that's what this Phillies team does. They don't play good with expectations, but when there aren't any expectations, they play better. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Crazy stuff, though, boys. Crazy stuff. It's a good win. It's a good win. It's nice to see them not go down and die. It's nice to see them fight back, force a game 4 to where they have another chance to play in Citizens Bank Park on Saturday. Still, you got to win tomorrow. You got to win tomorrow. That's the bottom line. Just got to win tomorrow. Tomorrow will be at 6 o'clock. Christopher Sanchez, title glass now. We'll see where it goes. And yeah, it's basically is it right there. It's crazy. Really wanted to see. It really just makes me question with Rob Thompson. And Rob managed a way better game today. Rob managed a way better game today. 100%. Pressed all the right buttons, did all the right things, even though we did question Ranger Suarez coming in the 3rd inning and not giving Nola another shot. It ended up being the right thing. It didn't look good at first with the home run, but Ranger was very good the rest of the way. So, Rob pressed all the right buttons in tonight's game. Definitely did. So, it really would have been better if you used Ranger in Game 1. Like you said, he would have been available. Imagine the difference it could have been. Honest to God. Imagine. I'm with Julian right there in the chat. If Ranger comes in Game 1, they probably win. They probably win Game 1 if Ranger pitches after Sanchez. You know? Good on them. Good on them. That's basically it. Just good on them. You know what I mean? Good on them forcing a Game 4. We'll see where it goes tomorrow. I guess you could say it's another situation where, okay, just ready to get hurt again. Ready to get hurt again. We'll see where it is tomorrow. We'll see where it is tomorrow. It's going to be a quick turnaround. Tomorrow's going to be a very crazy day in terms of Philadelphia sports. Phillies, Flyers, and Eagles basically back to back to back. So we're going to have to work out the TV configurations and the screen configurations here on which game is on which screen. Obviously, the Phillies will probably be right here on my monitor. Flyers will be in the background. Then same thing with the Eagles probably, or I put the Eagles on the other monitor. It's basically just pick a poison. But yeah, I want to see this team keep fighting. Because I know they do have the fight ability. I know they do. I know they have it deep within them. I want to see them keep fighting. I want to see that similar fight that they had in today. Granted, I know playoff Kershaw was probably also the reason why, but still, you got to take advantage of when a manager makes a mistake like that, and bringing back in Kershaw when he probably should not have come back into the game. You got to take advantage of that. So I'm not going to knock them just because Kershaw was in the game. They only scored runs because Kershaw was in the game. Well, yeah, both could be true, obviously. I'm not going to knock them for that. You got to take advantage when the other team's manager makes a dumb decision. And thankfully they did today. The Dodgers were more desperate with their bullpen moves. They got to Yamamoto a little bit. They made him question things a little bit. They got some hits off of him. Something that Yamamoto hasn't been used to in the past, like, so many starts, because he's been very dominant in his past so many starts. So, you made the Dodgers, like, you forced Dave Roberts to make a dumb decision. I think that's basically what it was. You forced him to make stupid decisions. Now, granted, they can't use their starters out of the bullpen every single game. Can't be using Glass out of the bullpen every game. You can't be using Sasaki out of the bullpen every game. They're going to eventually have to use their regular bullpen people. And that includes Kershaw, because Kershaw is part of the bullpen now with the playoff run. You got to force Dave Roberts to make a stupid decision. He did that with Blake Trinan in Game 2, and you almost made him pay for it if it wasn't for the fucking bunt. Got to force him. You got to force him, because Dave Roberts will make a dumb decision, and you got to make him pay for it. You did it in tonight's game. You got to keep doing it. You got to get the Glass down tomorrow. Glass now can dominate, but he also has the ability to completely shit himself, where he has no command whatsoever. You got to get the Glass now early. You got to get to him early. I would love to see even though Christopher Sanchez did have run support in Game 1, I would like to see, consistent run support, if that makes sense. You just got to play with the same fire that you had tonight, I guess. Play with the same exact fire. Force a Game 5, get back to Philadelphia. You have the Dodgers thinking a little bit, maybe, and you feel confident in yourselves. Maybe that snaps you out of the cold streak that you've been on. But you still got to do the job. You still gotta win tomorrow. Like, as much as a feel-good win this is, you can't just completely go typical Phillies and then go cold tomorrow after you score a bunch of runs the night previous. Because I could see it definitely both ways. I could see this team forcing a Game 5, or I could see them going cold tomorrow and losing. Because it's really just it's just two extremes with this team. There's nothing really in the middle. They're either going to go insanely quiet tomorrow. Christopher Sanchez does what he does and keeps you involved in the game, but the bats just don't do anything, and you end up losing. A heartbreaker. Or your bats just completely explode, and you force a Game 5. That's the only two options with this team. There's nothing really in the middle. It's not like a hard-fought victory. It's not like a... I don't see them getting blown out. That's really the only thing I don't see. I don't see them getting blown out. The Phillies, that is. So that's the one thing I can see with this team, or can't see with this team. It's either I don't see them winning a hard-fought game. It's either they lose a hard-fought game or they blow out the Dodgers. That's really the only two things I see. So, because games 1 and 2, they were, They weren't. Game 2 was closer just because of the ninth inning. They were blown out. It's just that the bats were so fucking cold. This team just, scrambles my brain so much that, I go back and forth on, so many things, and I just don't know, how to fully process it, and that's just what this team does. So you just got to sit back and just, accept what's happening in front of you. That's basically what I was. Because, that Schwarber, I knew you, where the fuck was that? Where the fuck was that nuke the entire series? Where the fuck were these hits from Bryson Trey? Where the hell was all of that? Thank God you did it tonight, but, I need this more. I need this tomorrow. Well, actually today now, since it's Thursday. But, I need this in Game 4. And then if you win in Game 4, I need it in Game 5. Like you guys just can't do this tonight. Get all of our hopes up once again, and then just kick us in the balls. You can't do that. You can't do that. I don't want to see that happen. I really don't. So yeah, but good on you. It is good on you. So let's focus on tomorrow. It's a brand new series now. You have some life. We'll see where it takes us. It's either ready to get hurt again or we're going to Game 5. That's basically it. Ready to get hurt again or Game 5. Realistically, ready to get hurt again could be any of these games, honest to God. If you force a Game 5, that's still ready to get hurt again. So I have no idea. We do not have any voicemails from today because obviously it's probably so late. But we do have some of you guys in the comments section. It is absolutely hilarious, and I'm not judging anybody for this because that's just the way that people like to watch. It's amazing how drastically different it is from a loss with the views and the people in the stream compared to a win. Because with the losses, I was like so many people in the stream at once, and I had over 1,000 views. Today, 12 viewers currently, 2 likes, 59 views. It's crazy how the drastic difference is. Losses do drive content, though. People want to see the reaction of the opposing team. People want to see the hateful reaction, I guess. That's what drives the views. That's what drives the views. So, it's crazy. They were also in a chance too. If they didn't blow, if Kershaw didn't blow up as badly as they did, the Phillies would have used Duran for 2 innings tonight. Think about that. The Phillies would have used Duran for 2 innings. Good thing they did. Good thing they did. Good thing they did hit Kershaw, so they didn't have to use Duran for 2 innings. Now you save him for tomorrow if you need to be, which you're probably going to need him at some point. Probably. Oh man. Crazy. Crazy. Trying to see if there's anything from today's game. Trying to see. Johan Duran would have pitched 2 innings for the Phillies. Rob Thompson said that would have left him available for 1 inning, if any, tomorrow. Phillies late surge in Game 3 could be huge for Game 4. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I just hope that Schwarber getting off the schneid, like basically all of Schwarber, Turner, Harper, like Turner, it's basically he had his traditional multi-hit game. He had his 2 RBIs. Schwarber had the power. Still, it's really nothing in between. He's like singles. I would like to just see an extra base hit or a single by Kyle Schwarber. It's literally just walk, strike out. He is the true, right now, he is the true 3 extreme outcomes. Strikeout, homer, walk. That's what Schwarber has been in these first 3 games. Bryce Harper, he's being very aggressive, Bryce Harper. This game, it looked like he saw the ball better at the batter's box, so we'll see where it goes. They were saying on the broadcast today that tomorrow in the afternoon there's going to be shadows. Joy. Oh, God. Can't wait to hear about the shadows all fucking game. Oh, man. Oh, man. It is late. It is late now. Phillies after dark, especially in the playoffs. Phillies after dark, man. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. What's up, boys? Where the fuck was this in CBP? I asked that question all night, man. The Phillies are doing this again. Nicholas, no one said it'd be a sweep. Y'all have no respect for the Dodgers. Huh? Huh? What? When did I ever say the Phillies were going to sweep the Dodgers? I never said that. Never said that once. Dave Roberts is almost as dumb as Aaron Boone. Cool win. Steven, huge win. Go and win tomorrow. Yep. Mr. Donut 775. Even if we might lose the next one, but I'm glad we didn't get swept. Yep. If Thompson, yeah, I'm with you, Julian. I'm with you. You got nervous when Kirkering came in with an 8-1 lead. Even at that point, I wasn't nervous. I was like, okay, the game's over. The game is over. And Misery, yes, Misery does love company when it comes to losses equals more views. Oh, man. All the Dodgers fans leaving the game in the 7th inning, like right before Schwarber hit his home run. Who knows? Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very important to get Glasnow out of the game early. Got to try to make him throw a lot of pitches, which he is very capable of doing that. He is. Because sometimes his command can get all over the place. I do remember, even though this was April when he pitched in Philadelphia, where his command was completely all over the place and he barely lasted like 2 innings or something like that, and that's where the Phillies like completely imploded, well completely pounded the Dodgers bullpen, even though there were some rain delays involved with that. But it is possible. It is possible. So we'll see where it takes us. We'll see where it takes us. Tomorrow's gonna be a very crazy day. So tomorrow, obviously, the Phillies are at 6 o'clock, so that recap will take the priority. So that game will probably be over around, like, this game started at 9, ended at around 12. So it'll probably be over around between, like, 8:30, 9:30. That'll be, like, right in the middle of the Eagles-Giants game. That'll be, like, probably, like, right around when the second half starts or something like that, maybe even before that. So we'll definitely be able to do Phillies recap during the Eagles game. And then probably after the Eagles game, we'll do an Eagles recap. I guess that's the way it'll work. And then we'll just do something on Friday for the Flyers, or we'll just wait till Saturday or something like that. It's a very weird it's a very weird day tomorrow. Very weird day in terms of like having to plan out the recaps and all that stuff. But we'll see where it takes us. We'll see. So that'll do it for tonight, everybody. I think I'm going to go get. Oh, actually, Zach called in. Zach said he called in last second. We might as well get the voicemail in there. Gotta get the voicemail in there from Zach. Very last minute. Gotta be better at that, Zach. Gotta be better. Gotta be better, man. Only joking. Only joking. Love when you call in. Let's get to Zach really quickly. Then we can wrap it up.
Well, it's a surprise. It's nice to see some resilience from this team tonight. They don't lay down and die. They give you a hell of a performance. Hitting up Yamamoto, and as every Philly fan that watched the game can say, should have been a lot more, 5 or 6 runs really. But, the Dodgers put Kershaw in. I mean, they're essentially waving the white flag at that point. And even at that point, there were still times you couldn't capitalize until you really got them. But, man, this lineup, they just tease you the whole fucking time, man. They get runner second, third, runner on second with 1 out, nothing, just nothing. It's like this lineup every time, man. But this is one where you could cruise and, thought Aaron Nola should have gone a little longer. But Ranger Suarez comes in, he gives up that home run immediately, and you're a little worried, but that box down. Nice to see. You didn't really have to use any high leverage guys out of the bullpen, so very happy with this. It's always don't let us get one, man. Don't let us get some momentum rolling. We got our ace on the mound tomorrow. If our boys can show up and hit, hey, take this thing back to CBP for Game 5. Why not? So, I know it's an extreme. It's the Phillies. They do it to you. They win one game and you're back in, right? Well, all right, man. Go Phillies. Peace.
Yep, it's basically it's the same thing that I said earlier. It's the ready to get hurt again mentality. They suck you right back in. That's basically it. Even though it's not full. It's one day at a time. One day at a time. Like I said, would not be shocked if they forced Game 5. Would not be shocked if they lost. It's just the way it's just the ebbs and flows of this baseball team in general. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. There's a comment right here from Rob Thompson that I do want to bring up. Specifically on Schwarber's home run, just maybe lifting something off the shoulders of the offense. I think we had good at-bats against them for sure. We got them into some counts where we expected some fastballs, and I think Schwarber's home run just sort of woke everybody up and got a lot of energy going in the dugout. They're an experienced group of guys. They've been through this a little bit. One thing they did, I think, is stayed in the moment, stayed relaxed. If you stay in the moment, trust the process, trust your teammates, and not really focus on the result, you have a better chance of getting to the result. And they did that, so I am happy with them. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that Schwarber home run was something that's just sparked them. We'll see. But hey, the real thing of tonight, good on Aaron Nola. Good on Aaron Nola for 2 shutout innings. My man Aaron Nola, as an Aaron Nola's men, 2 shutout innings. Love it. Love it. So, like I said, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Be a crazy day tomorrow. Prepared for it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. You can also use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Do not pass it up. And without further ado, go in the bed, everybody. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night of sleep. And look back for this thing tomorrow. Thanks, guys.